to Cedar Street, which is where the Labor Temple was at that time. And I walked in the front door, and then ended up on the second door. I walked in the first open door that I found, and there was a gentleman in there named Robert McCarthy. And I asked him, why isn't anybody organizing Yale? And he said, well, I don't know, but if you'll come back at 5 o'clock, Mr. Cirabella will be here and he'll tell you. So I came back at 5 o'clock and asked Mr. Cirabella, and he said, well, we have a union on campus already, the hotel and restaurant workers and bartenders. And if you'd like to try to organize the people in your building, if you'll bring back a showing of interest. And I asked him, what's a showing of interest? And he said 20% of the workforce there. Well, we had about 100 people. Somebody wanted the signature, 20 signatures. He gave me a pad of applications and sent me back to Yale. Okay, in about a month, I came back to him with 20 signatures, and he said, fine. I'll write a letter saying that there's a campaign going on, and that we trust there will be no retaliation against people who are exercising their rights to organize. I didn't realize at that time that we had no rights to organize. I did find that out, and I said that, what about, I got a family to take care of. He said, anything they do to you, I'll ring maybe local 35 didn't really know this, I'll ring the medical school with pickets. Hey, you guys. And I said, okay, that's fine. He said he would take care of it, so that was all right with me. So anyway, I went back. About 3 months later, I came back with 50%. And he asked, he wrote a letter to Yale saying, would you recognize this union? And they said, no, we don't think so. Well, we don't recognize surprise, surprise. We don't recognize a union in one department, but you're welcome to organize the entire university if you like. Well, I mean, basically, we had an organizing committee of one. And I wasn't about to go organizing the rest of the university. But we did have on campus Local 35. And this was very important because my feeling was that Local 35 was an organizing committee. There were members in every installation where there were white-collar workers. I suggested to Local 35 that they just pass on information, stuff like that, and send it out, but they didn't want to do it. I didn't understand it until quite a bit later. The amount of snobbery that was going on at Yale between the white collar and the blue collar workers, which is a damn shame. And it's disappeared, I'm happy to say, but it was there at that time, and Yale used it. Yes, yes. So that was 1965. I started in the 35 campaign. They voted $4,000 to us to do the campaign. We sent out one flyer. It was tucked under people's windshield wipers, and there was no response. So that died. The next year, 1967, I came up with the idea of the Association of Clericals and Technicians. I wanted a sexy name, you know. Maybe relate to it a little bit. So we got some good response. We had a little committee. Actually, we got some people outside the medical school from the central campus, from the library, and so we had a co-chairman of the committee, and that was pretty good. But it sort of sat there, but it showed that there was a possibility. But the important thing about this time, Vincent Cirabella and John Driscoll, who was head of the State Labor Council, went up to the legislature and came back with us covered by labor law. So we had the right then to go out and organize. And that was extremely important for us, so we're happy to have that. That campaign came to an end, and I got sick. So I was out of work for about 10 weeks. And when I came back, people were saying, we still, nothing's happened here. We had a parking problem, and I had a rally, and our people walked through the people in the rally and asked them if would they like to join a union because we were trying to do something about this, and they said no. They said they'd throw their bodies in front of tow trucks, but they wouldn't join a union. So we figured, well, we're going to have to join. I have to make some other kind of arrangement. So we formed the Yale Non-Faculty Action Committee, Well, it was the late 60s, you know. There was a committee on every corner. I can tell you there's a doo-wop group on every corner. There was the McCarthy kids and anti-war and burn the bride, whatever, all the good stuff. And well, it was exciting times, I can tell you that. Yes. But that's where we were, and that actually ended up in an NLRB election, which we lost, but it was the first one. Later on, I led a campaign with the OPRU in the 70s, which was the second one. And the third one, which is the charm, was the one that created Local 34. And it's wonderful to be a part of that, even though I wasn't there in it at the end. I was at the counting. So anyway, I'll tell you a little bit about the Greater New Haven Labor History Association, which I will call the Labor History Association now. It's almost as bad as Yale non-faculty action. Okay, we do many functions. We'll document your history, your own personal history, as we have here in our newsletter and also on our website, laborhistory.org. There will be a quiz about laborhistory.org. All you have to do is remember the name, laborhistory.org. Is it working? I would hope so. That's about individuals, yes, and if you have a story to tell and your union has a story to tell, please come to us and we will document it. That's the history. Okay. So we inventory union records. This is a very important part of our situation. It's the least sexy part, but it is the most important part. Most unions do, their records are chaos. I mean, put them in a file drawer or hide them down in the basement somewhere, and they can't go back and get any kind of a history out of their own organization. So Joan will, upon request, given the time, will inventory your records, give you a summary of everything that's there. There will be no sensitive information shared. Some people worry about that. Isn't that nice? Christine, sorry, that's great. We have exhibits. We have the Garment Workers exhibit, which has been touring now for how long, 2 years?
4.
Oh, sometimes 5 is when you have a good time. Okay, and it's been to about every university in the state. It's been to the University of Massachusetts also, and we're aiming at Sterling Hall of Medicine, or Sterling Hall Library, Sterling Library, eventually. See that also on our website, laborhistory.org, and we're working now on really, we feel a very extremely important thing, Local 609 for the Winchester Repeating Arms Company. This is an incredible union, very much involved in the community itself, and the people who are, as you might say, emeritus of this group are still involved. They're involved in the Hallville, all that, you know, they're taking all the dirt out and stuff like that. These people are there making sure they're hiring local contractors instead of bringing in other people. So they're still involved in the community. And we're going to have a Winchester Workers exhibit, which will also go around. And we do film fests. We've had 2 so far. They've been wonderful. And we're having, hopefully there's a concert coming up on the 20th. And it's going to be at the Lyric Hall in Westville, featuring songs about working men and women by folk artist Tom Jurevich. If you feel inspired to document either your personal history or your union's history at the end of the day, contact Joan Cavanaugh, Christine Sorry, not me. And be sure to take a look at our website, which is
Labor.
My work is done.